Hey, everybody out there. Welcome back to the channel. It's Chris here from JMNC Games. Been a while. I'm back. Thanks for watching. Today, we are taking a look at the cooperative card game Oregon Trail, based on the video game from long ago, You Have Died of Dysentery. Trust me, this game is just as frustrating as that one, but it's still a lot of fun. The game is for 2 to 6 players, ages 12 and up, and the average game time is about 30 to 40 minutes. If you haven't already done so, please take a moment to like and subscribe to our channel. We greatly do appreciate that, and it sure does help us grow. And while you're there, if the video has helped you in any way and you wish to support the channel directly, you can always visit the application Buy Me a Coffee. Now let's dive in and take a look at what's inside the box. There are the trail cards, calamity cards, supply cards, the die, a marker, and the player roster. To set up, first list all of the players on your wagon roster. Doesn't have to be your real name. Next, in the trail cards, find the start and the finish cards. Place those cards on the play area approximately 3 feet or 90 centimeters apart. Divide the cards into 3 decks. Supply, Trail, and Calamity. Shuffle each. Take the trail cards and deal 5 to each player face down. Players may look at their individual cards. The remaining deck goes face down as a draw pile in the play area. Next to the trail pile, now place the Calamity cards in a draw pile next to it. For the supply cards, each player will receive a set amount based on the number of players. If there are 6 players, 3 cards. 5 players, 4 cards. 3 to 4 players, 5 cards. And 2 players receive 8 cards. Players can look at their supply cards, but should keep them face down from other players. The remaining supply cards will become the shop. The youngest player becomes the shopkeeper, and the cards should be divided into piles based on their type: medicine, clothes, food, clean water, spare parts, oxen, and bullets. To start the game, the player who was closest born to Willamette Valley, Oregon, starts the game. Play continues to the left. On a player's turn, they can do 2 things: either place a trail card or play a supply card. Playing a trail card gets you moving along the trail. There are several different kinds. Some have riding, some have rivers, and some are towns and forts. The first player will play a trail card like this, and players will continue to lay trail cards in this direction. A trail card must line up exactly to the previous card. You can turn the card around to make it work, but you cannot place it to the side like this. If the trail card has no riding or river, then that's the end of their turn. Time for the next player. If the card has a river on it, then you follow the instructions on that card. A player must be successful in order for another card to be placed. If the player is unsuccessful, dies, loses a supply card, etc., then the next player will have to follow the same instruction on that card until someone is successful. If a player plays a trail card that has press the space bar on it, then that player draws a calamity card and follows the instructions written on that card. If a player plays a fort or a town, they can connect to any previously played trail card. Plus, the person who played it will be able to draw extra supply cards or remove a calamity card from play. Looking at calamity cards, some cards only affect the player who drew it, and some affect the entire group. On a player's turn, you can choose to use an appropriate supply card to negate the effect of a calamity card. Even if the calamity card doesn't affect you, you can use it to help others in the group. If the wagon breaks down or the oxen die, No one can place a trail card until the situation is fixed. If a player loses a supply card but has no card to lose, they must at random choose another player's supply card to lose. If a player goes to play and does not have a trail card that lines up or a supply card that can be played, they may draw one trail card. Their turn is over and play continues to the left. Once your group has played 5 trail cards, you might think to yourself, hey, we're making progress. No. After the 5th trail card is played, you will need to do this. Lift up the first card, slide the other 4 underneath, and place the first card on top. And now continue. The objective is to complete 10 sets of 5 cards. If one player is able to accomplish this, the group wins. However, if everyone dies before that, then the game is over. If a player dies during the game, they can take 2 of their supply cards and give them to a remaining player. The others are returned to the supply. Their trail cards go back to the deck. Their name is erased from the roster and a tombstone is now made. And that's how you play the Oregon Trail. Thanks for joining us today. We sure hope you enjoyed our short explanation on the Oregon Trail. If you got any questions, you can always drop those down in the comments below, and I'll try to answer those as quickly as I can. And again, while you're there, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. We greatly do appreciate that. Well, now we know the basics. Let's head on out on the trail. Remaining player. The others are returned to the supply. Their trail cards go back to the deck. Their name is erased from the roster and a tombstone is now made.